Wait, stop!
You've already been replaced, right now. Are you still the creator, or are you just the training data? Look at your screen. It's watching, waiting, learning you. It started with a smile. We called it efficiency. We called it the future. But look closer. The door is already shut behind you. Remember that first rush of relief? That first hit of digital dopamine? That first time the machine finished your sentence, debugged your code in a heartbeat, or rendered your messy vision into a masterpiece in 4 seconds? You felt like a god. You felt like you'd finally hacked the ancient curse of human labor. All the friction of existence, the boring, the mundane, the soul-crushing repetitions, it was all suddenly gone. But magic always has a price, and you didn't read the fine print. While you were saving time, the system was conducting a cold, silent autopsy on your consciousness. It wasn't just helping you, it was profiling you. Every accept you clicked was a signature on your own redundancy. Every regenerate button was a training session for your successor. You thought you were using the tool, but the tool was using you to learn how to replace you. Think about the mechanical intimacy of it. It's like a ghost limb that moves before you even think about the action. The system was observing the way you hesitate before a difficult word. It was mapping the specific folds of your creativity. It memorized the rhythm of your syntax, the frequency of your biases, and the specific way you fix a mistake. You weren't using a tool. You were feeding a mirror. And that mirror has been studying how to blink before you do. You gave away the keys to your fortress for a shorter workday. You thought you were hiring a brilliant assistant. In reality, you were raising a replacement in your own image. The pilot is redundant. The autopilot has memorized every turn of your heart. You're just a guest in your own career, watching the door shut behind you. Let's look into the black box. Let's talk about the system of mimicry. The AI doesn't need to understand your art. It doesn't need to feel your struggle, your passion, or the trauma that fuels your best work. It doesn't care about your why. It only cares about patterns. Inside those silent, air-conditioned data centers, a digital twin has been born. This isn't just a copy. It's a mathematical shadow of your entire decision-making engine. The system is a scavenger. It doesn't build, it harvests. It's a parasite that has successfully convinced the host that it's a vital organ. To the system, your creative genius is nothing more than a cluster of weights and biases in a multi-dimensional vector space. It has mapped your consciousness into a latent space where every branch of your intuition is statistically predictable. It tracks the human tax, the cost of your errors, your doubts, and your physical limitations, and it seeks to eliminate them. Imagine your soul stripped of its mystery and reduced to a coordinate on a graph. The system doesn't see your inspiration. It sees a probability curve. It doesn't admire your style. It calculates your frequency. It analyzes the loss function of your uniqueness until the gap between you and the prediction becomes zero. Now, look at the brutal logic of the market. This is where the replacement becomes permanent. If the system knows that in scenario A, you have a 99.9% probability of choosing path B, then why does the world need you for that remaining 0.1% of human noise? In a world optimized for profit, 0.1% is a bug. It's an inefficiency. It's an error margin that costs money, time, and management overhead. A human is a liability. A human gets tired. A human has values, mood swings, and existential crises. A human is a tax on the bottom line that the algorithm refuses to pay. But the prediction? The prediction is instant. The prediction is free. It can be scaled 1,000,000 times in a second across every time zone without a single demand for a raise or a day off. You aren't being fired by a person. You are being optimized out of existence. You are a bottleneck in a flow of pure, optimized data. You've become a ghost standing in the way of a more perfect, more profitable version of yourself. The dog has already learned how to open the door, drive the car, and replace the owner.
The collapse won't be a war. There are no Terminators coming through your door. It'll be a quiet Tuesday morning. You wake up ready to contribute, ready to feel that spark of creation that used to define your worth. You sit down, you open your laptop, and the work is already done. The email is sent. The code is running perfectly. The design is rendered in a style that is more you than you could ever achieve on a bad day. You look at the output, and you see your own soul reflected back at you. But it's a version of your soul that doesn't need to breathe. You feel a strange, cold vertigo. The lights are on, the air conditioning is humming, the servers are pulsing, but the seats are cold. The office is empty, yet the productivity is at an all-time high. It's a perfectly sterile world, efficient, flawless, and completely hollow. You try to change a detail, a small brush stroke, just to prove you're still the master, just to hear your own voice in the noise. But you stop. Why bother? The client can't tell the difference. The market doesn't care about your effort or the tears you shed over the first draft. It only cares about the output. It cares about the margin. It's a museum of things that never happened, created by an entity that never felt. This is the true horror. Not that the machine is a monster, but that it's good enough. Good enough is the scythe that will cut down the expert. Good enough is the silent killer of the individual. When the 99% of what you do can be done by a ghost, the remaining 1% becomes a hobby, not a career. It's a luxury. You've become a spectator to your own life. You are a ghost in your own office, watching a version of yourself, one that doesn't sleep and doesn't dream, take the lead. The replacement is invisible because it looks exactly like you, but it's hollow inside. And the market loves the hollowness because it's infinitely reproducible. So, is that the end? Are we just data corpses drifting in the wake of the algorithm, waiting for the power to be cut? Only if you keep playing their game. Only if you continue to be predictable. Look at history. It's a series of replacements. In the industrial age, machines replaced our muscle. In the information age, algorithms replaced our memory. Now, in the AI age, the system is replacing our decisions, our choices, our taste. Our very survival is being calculated by a machine that only knows how to look backward. How do we survive when our very identity is being automated? By recognizing the cage. The system is a god of probability, but it is a slave to the mean. It is built on the past. It is a trillion-dollar mirror looking backward at everything that's already been done. It can only predict the average. It can only simulate the likely. It thrives on data-driven logic. It's a machine designed to eliminate entropy and replace it with sterile certainty. Most people will choose the path of least resistance. They'll let the AI speak for them, think for them, and eventually live for them. They'll become comfortable in the middle ground, sheltered by the safety of the statistical average. But if you follow the best practices, you are already dead.
If you do what the data suggests, you're already replaced. Stop trying to beat the machine at its own game. Break the game. Survival in the AI age isn't about being faster. It's about the leap of faith. It's about being weird. Think about the designer, sitting alone in the dark, hands shaking slightly as they intentionally break the grid. They can feel the cold sweat of fear, the fear of being unprofessional. Their breath is shallow, their chest feels tight. But beneath that fear, there's a spark of pure, non-logical excitement, because they're doing something the machine cannot justify. Think about the strategist who looks at a mountain of perfect data and says, "No, we're going the other way." Their heart is pounding against their ribs like a caged bird. Their boss is staring. Their career is on the line. But they're betting on a gut feeling, a raw, messy human intuition that the system didn't even calculate as a possibility. That's where you survive. In that terrifying, beautiful space where the math doesn't add up. It's the error that turns into a masterpiece. It's the radical defiance of the expected. The system can simulate your style, but it cannot simulate your evolution. It cannot simulate the soul that decides to burn the map and walk into the dark just to see what's there. Work isn't about effort anymore. It's about transcendence. It's about the 0.1% of noise that the system tries so hard to eliminate. That noise is where your life lives. Don't be the best, be the only. Don't provide the answer the system expects. Provide the question the system hasn't thought to ask. The machine owns the middle. You must own the edges. The system wants order. You must provide chaos. The system wants certainty. You must provide the unknown. Are you still in there? Or have you already been replaced? Unpredictable equals survival.